Sean Spicer spent a whirlwind of 6 months at President Trump's White House press secretary and did an incredible job helping the candidate become president. He's been gone for now 2 months and seems to be enjoying his retirement. So, Mr. Spicer, now that we see you as a civilian once again, now that you've had a chance to look back at the 6 months that were, what are your first thoughts?
First, thanks for having me. It's nice to start my day with Brian and end it with Brian. But it was a great opportunity. I really feel it's an honor. I mean, for most Americans, the opportunity to visit the White House and to get a tour is something that's elusive. To have the honor to work there every day and walk through that gate and know you're working to advance the president's agenda and serve the American people is an honor so few people have, and I will cherish it forever. That being said, it's nice to be able to have a little time with my family.
I know you're going to be making speeches, and that's part of it. We hope you become a contributor here. I know this is one of the main people you're talking to. What is your next goal?
Well, I've had, as you mentioned, I've had an opportunity to sit down with some folks and share some of my experiences with different individuals. I think that's what I'm going to spend the bulk of my time doing. But there's a lot of opportunities that have presented. I've been very blessed, and I hope to continue to sort through that and give back a little bit. There's some causes that I feel passionately about, and I hope to be able to spend some time doing a little good on the outside with causes that are worthy.
Right, and you've gone from a known in Republican circles to now internationally known as a press secretary, as one of the most unique presidents in our history. There was something that's happened since you left, and I got to get your take. And you'd avoid this as press secretary, but you can answer it now. It seems like Susan Rice now has finally admitted that what Devin Nunes was saying is true. She did unmask high-level Trump campaign workers, guys like named Steve Bannon, General Flynn, as well as Jared Kushner. She said it was done because there was meetings going on with the prince from the UAE. What does that say to you?
Well, it definitely raises a lot of questions. As you've noted on your radio show today, she was very clear at the beginning of her public comments back in March that she had not engaged in this kind of behavior and then modified it to say for political purposes. So as we continue to learn more and more of the story, it raises a lot of questions. Why did she find the need to do that? Who else did she do it? What did she do with that information? Who did she share it with? But what we found out today, I think, certainly vindicates a lot of the concerns that the president had early on, right, and raises a ton of additional questions.
91% of the press coverage the president has got over the last 7 months has been negative. How much has been unfair?
I'm surprised. I'm actually. I thought that seems like a high number. I mean, a low number.
To me too. But how much do you think is unfair?
I think that's probably somewhere in that. I think the tone of most of the questions, the bias that exists in a lot of the way that the coverage has occurred for this president and the disposition that most reporters enter the White House with on a daily basis is just not healthy for the relationship that needs to exist. It's one thing to be tough and critical. It's another thing to be, inherently negative.
One of the most indefatigable public servants there is, who happens to be one of the most sincere. Sean Spicer, thanks so much. I appreciate it.